Looks like you're making some first layer adhesion issues
Oh,
over there.
of course I am.
Yeah, no, I mean I see. I'm just like, oh, yeah, that can happen. But now is the time to recognize before you get to like the 100th layer, and then suddenly like, oh man. But at least it should come off easily. Could be I don't know what
Get
what
that
might
satisfying peel.
Yeah. What was that? Could you see the way it was like uneven? Would that be airflow, heating? I wonder. It hasn't happened to me in a while, but I haven't printed like the entire, using the entire area of my plate in a while.
Yeah, it happened. It happened on the first time I did this, so I'll tell you what I'm printing here in a minute.
Wait, it happened the first time? So
yeah, so I got it the first time, and then it corrected itself the next time. I think it was the print bed that was not fully in its groove.
Did you not? Really? Usually the Bamboo does a pretty good job at saying, "Hey, it can't print right now because it's not in the right space."
So I'm printing. I'm printing the Death Star hallway.
Oh yeah, the play action toys.
Heck yeah.
So I'll show that off real quick.
This is great. No, it's like three pieces, and yeah, this is great. This is the best Imperial walls that I found, and then they even connect together on the back. If you're interested, this is not a free model. It's a part of Play Action Toys Patreon. But I was using other Imperial walls for the longest time that were professionally done when Space Walls was still in business. And those were largely, I think, for the 6-inch scale figures. This is more for, I guess, a 4-inch or a typical Play Action Toys scale figure. A 6-inch scale is a little too tall. This I just found, I would say thrifting. Ross finally found this guy. Finally, for just like $7.99. So again, that's a 6-inch figure. A 4-inch figure would be more like, I'll just grab this Darth Vader. This is 4-inch ish, vintage collection kind of scale. I guess this is a little shorter the way Play Action Toys does it, but it stands perfectly, especially if you want to do any kind of toy photography, which I do. Like just about every print that I share in social, unless it's too tall or I want to get a toy photography shot, is done specifically on those walls. Best ones, and then of course you can scale them up, like to your whatever your chosen a scale. But they fit perfectly in the cubbies, like the cubbies that I've got here, the 12x12 or 11x11.
You scale them up like 8x and put them in the wall behind Matt.
Yeah. There are companies that do that for sure. Like they've actually made like big, huge panels, but they're like ungodly expensive.
You can actually buy this type of paneling from Home Depot.
Yeah.
It's like a gardening one, but you can actually buy this. People actually buy this and then they put like a white thing and do a real live Star Wars wall in their home. It's crazy. But yeah, it's like $80 for like one little area of that, which
like
it's going to cost you a little bit of money.
I've got an empty wall. I mean, I've got walls in the house, but like one that nothing's going on there. Now I kind of wonder.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And then, I don't know what I would use. Well, no, it would be a great like video backdrop, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing like just have that, I mean, the lights and the thing. Curiouser and curiouser. Although this week, I gotta say, I feel I've slowed down. I got busy. I still don't have my tire repaired. The one that's got the bolt in it. And so I took it to the shop today because the tire got delivered. And they said, "Oh, you got an all-wheel drive vehicle. You need more tires." I'm like, so then I gotta wait another week or so before all that gets taken care of. So
wow.
Yeah,
you have to get 4 new tires.
Well, no, luckily I only need to get 3 in total. But I was asking him like, well, how much might it cost if you can install them tomorrow? And they said, oh, I can get them for $2,000. And I just said, I'm going to stop you right there. Because I ordered them on one of them on Amazon for like under 200, or sorry, under 300, with service still under 300. I'm like, okay, that's the way I'm gonna go. So I'll be getting out of it under 1,000, about 750 or so, as opposed to 22 or whatever they were quoting me before. Same place that's going to install the tire.
Yeah.
But it's losing air. There's no way I can 3D print myself out of this particular problem. It is done. Me and the only one that's not representing Secret Lab in this.
I was gonna say you need to join the club.
Hide
Monday.
the pillows. We're not sponsored or anything, so we got hide the logos.
So here's what I did over the week. They released new models constantly. These infamous makers. And, I'm always searching Star Wars, but this is Nala Se from Attack of the Clones, one of the Kaminoans. Thought it was a really good, a very quick print, but I really liked the detail on it. I was nervous about removing the supports from the hands, but it worked out well. Had some stringing in between the arm and the body. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it happens more often than not. I could probably do a better job, in terms of dialing that in, but it doesn't necessarily annoy me that much. If anything, I can take a heat gun real quick and go give her a little heat bath. This is one, and you can see the light going around there. It's like an ornament lithophane, and the light may be somewhat dying. Let me see if I can get it in the right spot, or do what I did earlier when I was demonstrating it. Kind of showing the lithophane feature. There's Darth Vader. Where's my phone? Here. This is the easier way of doing it in a demo. This is just because I got the LEDs like on Amazon, like balloon LEDs. But they're strong enough, if I put enough of them in there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Kenobi and Vader in this bauble.
Oh, that's like the scene on my shirt.
Is it? Is it the same scene?
Yeah, it's the Kenobi Vader duel.
Kenobi! Did you see the fan video of the duel between Kenobi and Vader? The one a fan did?
No.
Oh, as far as I was concerned, I'm like, dude, this is canon. It was crazy. It was good. It was so good. Action packed. I think if you look it up, I don't know, you can search for like Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader final fight scene or something. It may hit your radar. Hey, thank you for following Inspire 3D. I know that handle. It's not often I know handles, but I know that handle. Not sure where I know the handle from. Probably here, there, and wherever. So that was another one that I did, the bobble.
Yup. That's one of my guys.
Oh, is one of your? See, the name sounds familiar. Wait, Inspire does models.
Yeah, he does a
lot of
nostalgia similar to what I do, but
but I think I've printed Inspire 3D models.
His big one that got him started a couple of years back was a Baby Yoda, so
it could have been.
It probably got him.
If it's Star Wars, it's definitely like 99% on my radar. Speaking of Baby Yoda, it's on my radar, right? This was
that's
like
a
Yoda.
very not Baby Yoda.
No, this is the opposite of Baby Yoda. Yoda looking up as he's raising his hand. Did this in a nice silk blue-green filament. I thought when I was pulling off the supports, it turned out okay, but his sleeves on his arms got a little weird. I'm like, was that a support? Was that a part of the sleeve or what? The bottom was also a little odd underneath the feet, but it printed well. This is again was on Maker World. I was a little nervous about the cane, but it turned out well enough. The cane, I don't know if you can see it there. It's kind of hard to see unless I tilt it.
Man,
you didn't break it off, obviously.
Yeah. Your supports are working between that narrow cane and that Kaminoan arms going down.
Dude,
those are so skinny and
no. It wasn't the arms on the Kaminoan. It was the fingers that I was nervous about, but they came right. It just popped right off. Either one of them. like I said, the issue I had with the Kaminoan was probably streaming. Well, glad you're here until your phone dies. I hope I will survive the night as well, because I have to finish the episode 4, season 5 of Stranger Things. Meanwhile, printing more stuff. Found this. I think this is an AI generated Darth Vader snowman. I mean, they put a ball on the top of his head. Thought it was kind of fun. This is a filament that's it's white, but it's also got a pink hue to it, which is kind of nice. A pink sheen. Hue is the wrong word. I think sheen. But I thought whoever did this did a pretty good job. This is pretty fun. A nice one to make. Continuing from last week's fidget clickers. I slowed down on the fidget clickers, but did a BB-8. Printed this one.
Oh yeah, I like the BB-8. Yeah.
This one turned out well. Again, printing multiple color just on the first few surfaces.
And is that on Maker World?
Yeah, it's
Maker World.
Nice that it's on those first couple layers. So
yeah, it is.
I like the C-3PO though.
No, but can you tell the C-3PO's got two? It's got a yellow
yeah,
gold.
What's going on there?
Like a brighter gold. So the flatter gold is an eSun gold, and then the goldier gold with the sheen is the Polymaker gold. So it sets it out. I didn't want it the way it was done. I was like, well, I didn't want to go full gold because I couldn't make the contrast work. I wanted a good contrast, and so this was the best way to get the particular contrast. Now, before I forget, as I'm talking about contrast, I don't know if you noticed that my video is not great right now. Can you tell? It's not
bad.
Colors. No, not bad. Watch when I hold this up. Do you see how I turn blue?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Insta360 sent me their link to. They also sent me the link to, the link to and the link to C. And so I'm going to be installing this. This is a 4K webcam. Yeah. I'm going to be installing it either on their tripod or potentially on their professional speakerphone with AI recording suite. So their Wave microphone I'll be using next week, I hope, in conjunction with the Insta360 Link 2. And the cool thing about this is what I believe, I think this can track you around, like as you're moving.
I think it does too. Yeah.
So I'm
more
really
stable than what I'm using.
I'm like, dude, I'll be able to move around. Like I can move over here and move over there. It's pretty neat. Yeah. So I hope that will be done next week. Not to interrupt, but as I saw like my color shift, I'm like, dude, I have to mention this. This is horrible.
No. Yeah.
I mean, it's the color cool. Shift, but that is not. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm doing the camera shifting through software. This is the NVIDIA's stuff.
Oh, see, this is a Mac webcam that I'm currently using, just the built-in webcam because it's just easier. I had the iPhone, but it's connected to another computer. So I was just using this, but then next week, I'll have the other one set up hopefully soon. Nice. This is the one that was causing me problems earlier. The wheels specifically, are separate. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to reprint. Now you've got some kind of tip or suggestion for mouse supports.
Yeah, it's perfect, right? Because it's a mouse droid, and then you can learn about.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's
mouse ear supports
right there. Play Action Toys just released it. I was having problems, getting it into because there's 4 pieces. There's the main body, there's the clamp, and then there's the 2 wheels that the clamp basically puts into place. Printed them out well enough, but what I'm gonna see what you've got up your sleeve, Holt.
For sure.
And I'll take a look as soon as you share. But what I'm likely going to do in the interim after this Darth Vader's done, probably another 10 hours, I'm going to print these instead of the way they were, like laying like this. I'm going to print them on their sides with a little support. And I don't even know if I'd even need the support, to be honest. But it doesn't hurt. So I figure I'm going to go that way with them because they're just otherwise they fly off. So the link I sent you has got that's a built-in support, and then for the most part it works well. And I just split the objects, removed that built-in support, and went from there. So tell me what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm not actually sure if my cursor is big enough that you can see it very well, but when I look at this, I'm guessing that the part that you're having a problem with is like where the wheel makes contact with the plate.
Yeah.
And there's because there's so very little layers.
There's nothing that's keeping it attached.
Like if I take that down to the bottom layer,
Yep.
we're just looking at like a tiny bead.
And that's at a
filament.
0.8. Or
Yeah,
0.08.
exactly. Yeah, what do I? Yeah, my
0.08
0.08
right now.
I would probably print this at a 0.16. So let's.
I always go
let's see it again.
0.2 and then you gamble.
Bamboo called that layer setting optimal, and how can I not select what they call optimal?
Yeah.
But if you go in here and you take your model, and there's an easy to add, you go down to add part, and you just say disk.
Okay, so we can't see the context menu, but okay, so you're adding a disk. Got it.
I
know
right
you.
click.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Right click the model. I've seen the context menu. I've worked with, adding in objects
And so
or modifiers.
I keep seeing people talk about using mouse ears like it's a setting, and I've never found anywhere where it's like a clear setting that you do. But you know that if you print a little disc like this, it'll print flawlessly, and it's got enough surface area. So you just take your disc like this, and we'll just position it so that it's
Just on the tip.
just partway under
Yeah.
the part that you're having trouble with.
So it basically attaches it to the
Oh, don't want to do that. But
interesting way of doing it. That way
that-
you don't need a full-on brim.
that way you don't need an extra brim, and you don't even need to do much. So when you get this printed, you'll clip off the extra with your little shears.
Yeah.
And then now this is what you've got as your surface area.
Interesting.
And so for a small part like this, you can do that. Or what I see people doing that a lot for is if they have those long, skinny pieces that tend to curl up.
Yeah, sometimes.
If you just put one of these
Oh,
under the end of
Yeah.
that, it'll totally eliminate that chance for the print to curl up with that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And so
I gotta remember that.
It's just, little popsicle stick of filament here versus just these tiny little things.
Yeah, hardly any contact. Some of them turned out, but some of them.
Yeah, and heck, any part of it, this middle part of the spore, if that's not enough, it looks like it would be, but if that was coming loose, just add a little tab.
Right.
And make
Nice.
it. Yeah,
Good
super easy tip.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have to remember that next time I've got a small piece. And usually with his models, I do have to sometimes use alternate ways of getting things done, just to make sure, I've got everything set.
Yeah, I will say it's a constant discussion between myself and other creators about like how much of extra steps do you put in as a creator to make it so the model will print clean. Obviously, they've put pre-built support. The axle. It looks like it's a good piece.
Yeah.
But then, do you do tons of extra? Do you make it so everybody has to get their clippers out?
Right.
It's always a difficult choice as a maker.
He's done built-in supports fair enough. There have been times that I've removed his built-in supports, and because he offers built-in, he offers without support, and very often I will, go between. See, well, this will take less filament. I think this will be more stable. It's a crapshoot,
Exactly.
just by looking at the piece and then wondering, well, I wonder, is this going to work this way? Is that going to work that way?
For sure.
So, that was one of the small piece. This is I didn't think I printed that much, but I'm gone like through 10 of them. I found a fidget, and even though when I was into the fidgets for a brief bit, I was like, what's another one I wanted to test? I needed to get rid of some filament, and so I ended up printing a two-tone make. This isn't a two-tone one, but I printed it in another filament that I had. That, if you can tell, it alternates between silver and blue.
Mm-hmm.
This filament, and so I thought it'd be maybe a possibility that it would be blue but then end in a silver, and I think it kind of did with the maybe not with the Mythosaur skull.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the way I cut it.
So you didn't alternate layers in the slicer.
No.
The filament just naturally.
Yeah, it goes between blue and silver. This is an eSun filament, I believe. And I there's not many other things that I've printed with it, but I had it. I was like, I kind of wonder, because then it would, every other. I would love to see this, and I told them in like a white red for candy canes. No one's produced a candy cane filament for me to use, but they have produced a Santa Jawa, whoever they are, the infamous they. There's a Santa Jawa, done really well, holding onto a gear in his gear bag.
Brought a bag of gears for Christmas.
Yeah, it was done well.
Gears.
I'm pretty sure this was not, you look at objects and like, was this AI? I don't think this was AI. If only because of the detail in the back.
Yeah, no, the stitches look good. The gears look balanced.
It looks organic.
It looks like somebody put that together.
Yeah. And it turned out well. I mean, sometimes you see I'm like, okay. I'm usually willing to give just about anything a shot, especially like the unique figurines that, around, a holiday or whatever, because then that's when everyone produces Christmas or Halloween or Valentine's Day or whatever, Easter, those themed makes. So yeah, there's no signs of slowing down with the Star Wars stuff out there today. Have you made anything this week?
I did. I was just double checking that I didn't show you guys this before. I was playing around with integrating physical pieces with some 3D prints, and I bought a few of these. I don't know if you guys have seen stuff like this, but I bought an array of like little glass domes.
Okay.
I didn't show you guys this yet.
Is that no? I don't think so. Like Konos, you should print little Konos and Krang. Like that looks like the
exactly. And they come as like tall and skinny. That's a perfect idea. Like put a little Kodos.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that came to mind for me is because I've got another Ghost Rider model that I've been working on, but I love the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and being able to ask people to print something that has like a clear outer but then an inner, it's like that's kind of a lot to ask for. But I'm like, I think it might be easier to just tell people go buy a little clear glass dome and print the thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was planning on trying it out with little miniatures, the tabletop D&D miniatures.
Oh yeah.
Like it ends up being like a little display case.
That's cool.
My light, the light is actually, can I just?
No, I mean, there you go.
There you go. So like a little display case.
That's cool.
That's one of my little minis. But the thing is, as soon as I had these little glass domes in my hands and I had them like with like, I thought of the idea of squishing creature in them. I thought of the idea of like Pokeballs, how like Pokemon is like, or Pikachu is like squished in the ball. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it'd be fun to have squished in a little glass vial. Huh. So I made this.
Oh, you did show that.
You showed us that.
I think I showed you
here, but you showed us that at the. That was at the meetup.
Was it in person at the Maker event?
So here's a little. I'm working on a little line of them, not just the one, but like. So here's Pikachu squished into a glass dome. And, I thought I would have to do a ton more work to make it look like he was sealed in there, like add liquid or add resin, because they don't quite fit. It's a little bit smaller than the opening so that it can go in. But then once it's in there, it just looks totally, the look just totally works.
Yeah.
So I've been playing with that. All the other ones I have are still in my 3D tools. Nothing printed, nothing more printed yet this week.
I kind of wonder what I could. I was seeing it like sometimes you see, like you said, you see something and you wonder what you could do with it. Mm-hmm. I just got what I had in the bauble was these little LED balls. They're like balloon. They're made for balloons. You put them in balloons and then they're little LEDs. You could reuse them if you keep a hold of the tab to pull it out. I didn't. I figured I had it in there for an hour or so. That's the about the length of time that I had it in the bauble before I was showing y'all. So it didn't last incredibly long, they're only made for like a couple of hours, which is unfortunate. And there are bigger tea lights that I think could be used that might do a better job for, especially for like the larger objects.
Yeah, I've run into something similar. I think we went to a party one time and they had something like that in the drinks.
Yeah,
like they had.
You gotta watch not to swallow.
Well, I think they had like one ice cube. It looked like an ice cube that was like that, and it lit up the rest of the drink.
You can do that with these as well. What'd you make this week, Matt?
I have been. I made the death wall or the.
Oh, you did one
hallway.
of them. Okay.
I did the hallway, so I'm still working on that part. But made a.
Oh, Wexter Chewbacca.
Yeah. Yeah. With little red, so for the holidays.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
for Life Day.
Yeah. So yeah, it turned out pretty well. I've also did this one too.
Oh, Funko. You're still trying to get through the brown.
I'm still trying to get through the brown. I got so much brown. So yeah, printed this one. I'm not sure if this is AI generated. The hands are not.
No, it looks like a scan.
Yeah.
Which brown is that?
It's an Elegoo brown. I forget what the color is. I have a ton of it. So I got a shipment of it from Amazon. Then they lost the shipment, and so they sent me more of it. And then the old shipment arrived, and they told me to keep it. So,
dude.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna work on a bigger one too for next week, but I'm working on a bigger version of Chewbacca.
Oh, Chewbacca.
Nice. And then I did this one too. So,
just a fleet of Chewies.
Yep.
You give you enough brown filament, and you're like,
yeah, I'm gonna make a shelf of Chewies. So, because I got a bunch of Chewies, Funkos, and some other different types of Chewies. So, yeah. I'm definitely gonna make some a little shelf of him, I think, and do that. So,
I've got him everywhere.
Yeah. And then I was printing this last week, I think, on the stream, but it is a red helmet.
Oh, okay.
And it's an ornament. So I'm going to put it on the Star Wars Christmas tree, which we've ended up putting in our bedroom. So I told Chris this before, though, but I one year went to Hallmark afterwards, and I got all the Star Wars ornaments for like 75 to 80% off. Sure. And I think the only thing that I paid full price for was the Death Star tree topper. But everything else I got, and then my wife gets me a new ornament every year for our anniversary. So
there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna
Lantern Lore, or hang on, Lantern Lore agrees. Always need a Star Wars Christmas tree. I have one. I mean, I'll wait for the Hallmark one to drop and see if I can luck into it. But I have a Darth Vader. I think it's a light up Christmas tree coming, like a Black Friday special. Toy NK. Have you seen Toy NK? They're on Amazon sometimes and Target. But I was looking for a lantern, a Star Wars lantern, hit my radar for some reason, and I went digging. I'm like, Toy NK. I haven't been there in a while, and I looked, and they've got a Darth Vader. I don't know if it's ceramic or what, but it's like a one-piece Darth Vader, not to be confused with One Piece. Darth Vader, and they also had an R2-D2, like single. I think it's a smaller LED tree. I think it's ceramic.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's a cute look.
Yeah, light up Christmas tree. Yeah, ceramic, 6 inches tall, so super short. Never saw those in stores, but they've got like a variety. They've got the Darth Vader, they've got a C-3PO. I mean, they've got other characters as well, but those are the ones that kind of jumped out at me. I'm like, what? Oh no, not C-3PO, R2-D2. Sorry. R2-D2 is obviously
tree too for Christmas time, or do you just do?
I do. Yeah, I have. I just got to. I mean, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be getting real trees anymore, but because every year they seem to go up. I'm like, okay, we're going for the cheapest. And so like pay $60 or whatever plus a $10 coupon. Yeah,
we got
it's a real tree. I mean, the fakes are fine. Don't get me wrong. If there was like a pure like Star Wars fake, just like easy pick up, put down, like, you know, set it up, I'd probably go for it. But it's just as easy, honestly, and you know, less hassle.
Last year, I originally I put my Star Wars tree on a black tree, so it's a black fake tree.
Like pencil, okay.
Yeah, and it's made for Halloween-ish.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I got it one year. It was a pretty good deal. It looks fake. It's not anything good. But my wife this year was like, "Hey, do you want to get a new tree?" And I was like, "Okay." I mean, so we went to Home Depot. We looked, and we ended up walking out with this realistic fake tree. It was like a couple $100. It was, I think, $215 or something. And we get out to the car, and I go, "I know why you let me get a new tree. It's because you didn't want to help me put the lights on the tree." So this one's already lit.
Yeah,
it has a twinkle mode, everything. You don't have to put the lights up. Yeah. I was like, I know exactly why you let me get a new tree this year. It's because you didn't want to put the lights up.
See, I just ordered. In fact, the tree is barren at this point, and I got it on the first. But I ordered on Black Friday the smart lights, some smart lights, Govee.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Govee.
Yeah.
I'd seen the brand before, but they had a normal price, and then the Black Friday price that was like twice as long for the same price. I was like, okay, that's okay. So I'm gonna have this tree is gonna be lit.
Yeah,
like lit.
I think I got hooked by the same deal last year. It was like, you can get twice as many lights for. It's not like it's cheaper. You just get twice as many for the same price.
Twice as many lights. So I hope that the app experience is not garbage. I'm not huge fan of.
It's pretty decent. Govee makes good lights.
Yeah.
I think the only other one that's better, I think, is Nanoleaf.
I know of Nanoleaf.
They both make good products.
That's what I got. I think the Nanoleaf. I think they're both comparable in the app. The only decision for me was that the Nanoleaf ones tend to transition a little smoother, just a little bit.
I don't. I mean, I had Hue bulbs like eons ago. I hate going through hubs. I think this is pretty straightforward. Bluetooth control, Wi-Fi. I've got a segmented network, so I'm not as nervous about it. And they're not plugged in all the time, so I'm really not nervous about it. Even the smart frame that I just got, I wouldn't say it's a janky experience, but I mean, it's, I don't have any photos of my daughter or family around. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just set it up. And I mean, it works, but it's like, it's janktacular. It's not great. So yeah, so when she's not here, it's unplugged. I'm not going to have it like plugged in all the time. I don't need it, taking up whatever. And not that I have like copious amounts of photos on there of my daughter anyway, which I can do. I can easily just go, I can email them to it, upload it, etc. I'm always nervous about those smart things because the experience is usually not good.
Are you comfortable running a Raspberry Pi locally?
I'm not enough to admin it. No.
Okay.
Why?
I mean, you can probably see a little glimpse of it in the background. It's like, I keep a display going next to me with art that inspires me.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a screen upstairs, and all it is old TVs with a Raspberry Pi hooked up to it, running a software that serves up all my photos. And that was my problem, is I took photos of my kids, took photos of the family, and then they just lived tucked away in a hard drive somewhere. And you're like, why did I even do this if they're just tucked away? Am I some weird like archivist of our existence? And no, but if I got the screens up, put them in rotation, then we actually like look at them and like, oh, hey. And the kids are constantly looking at them like, oh, remember that? Or it's really important to get those up there.
That's kind of what I did when I got the frame, got it set up. My daughter was here at the time, and I was sending photos to it. She was just interested in seeing what was going to be put up there. So this week I'm going to upload a whole bunch of new photos. Good to see you. Sorry about the array of ads there, Lantern Lore. He's on the darker side. Ornaments.
Yeah.
Halloween Town.
So I'm not. I was gonna say I don't think my idea of Christmas tree is like Star Wars, but it might be closer to Lantern Lures because I always have.
Zero. Yeah.
I have Zero up on top of our tree. This is just the test model of it. The full size basically just lives up on our shelf year round, roughly where we put the tree, and we're leaning at more Nightmare Before Christmas for the Halloween tree or for the Christmas tree.
I've got some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, but not too much. Hey, Bearded Printer, good to see you. Happy to have you here.
Hey,
Speaking of maker.
Yeah, it's turning into a little maker corner.
Well, that's kind of what it is.
That's what it is all about.
Well, yeah. The creators, these guys are all sculptors and awesome.
Well, I don't sculpt. I don't sculpt. I can carve away a sculpt, but that's it.
Yeah, just kit bash.
Yeah, well, I have a whole bag of parts for kit bashing. All the different pieces over the years of the play action toys. I'm like, this didn't fit right, or I don't know if this is the way the color I want. I won't throw it away because it's not trash. I mean, it's a usable piece, but it's not like perfect. So, but I'll hold on to the pieces to kit bash at some point in the future.
I mean, I do a ton of kit bashing right on the build plate in Bamboo Slicer. Like,
I've done parts to print in Bamboo Slicer. One thing I need, what I need Bamboo, and I know they're doing all the AI stuff. Have you seen what they just released? They did a thing today, I think, of like you can turn anybody into like a figurine.
Oh, I saw Denise post that up on a blog that she's writing for. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not sure. There we go. Yeah, Print U, and of course they released a HueForge competitor, giving credit to HueForge, but Chroma Canvas, which I have not used yet. Yeah, Point U, create my figurine. I'm kind of curious. I mean, I don't have any great pictures of anybody.
I think the post that Denise put up looked really good because it was like, I think she stands out, but then in the photo, like the other models behind her model, I mean, I gotta say, a lot of 3D print guys all kind of look alike.
Yeah.
In the background,
I know what you mean.
Those little guys of them didn't have a whole lot of difference, but it's I think they'll get some people interested with it.
I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. And let's see here. So it looks like, if I get it to load here, we've got I think you can you upload multiple photos, or is it just one? Oh, you can make a bobblehead or a natural pose. Select a file. I haven't done this yet at all, so I haven't had a chance to try it. And honestly, the I'll tell you. So natural pose, image pose, or T pose. So natural pose, generate 2D image. Oh, so I see. It generates a 2D image first, and then converts the 2D image to a 3D image.
Yeah,
that's how it does it. Just like, so it's basically piggybacking their other 3D image model service, which I honestly does a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
All things considered.
I think I saw that headline and I'm like, well, I think I might be out of the business of making cute chibi little guys.
Yeah.
If they're able to do that with AI, like my first thought when I saw that too is like,
it does a good job. I mean,
what's going to stop somebody from what's going to keep somebody not uploading their own model, but their own picture, but like uploading a picture of
Batman,
of Obi-Wan,
or some like IP. Well, but this is what I did last week. I did a Darth Vader Nutcracker, like a 3D image, right? AI generated, and then it said, okay, make it wood style it up, and then created a Darth Vader Nutcracker. This is all AI. Like I didn't have to necessarily wait for something to be sculpted. I was able to digitally, like, basically get software to do everything stem to stern, from image generation, all the way through. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
a Darth Cracker.
A Darth Cracker. Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Oh, thank you for hanging in your last 1% battery life. Inspire. Hope to see you again soon. We do this every Tuesday, or should be doing it every Tuesday. And then in February, we hope to have a day-long virtual event, interviewing a whole bunch of people, maybe even coordinating a stream the day after for people that stream on Twitch. So, creators, makers all around. I don't have too many details for that right now, but we're targeting February 21st. It'll be a virtual or / hybrid event. Not exactly sure how that's going to go. It may end up being like a full virtual event, though, at this stage, because it'll be easier to manage. But I hope to do at least line up some giveaways for that day. Get those balls rolling in.
There you go.
I'm still waiting for the image generation to finish, because I uploaded an image. Granted, it was my girlfriend and her daughter, to see what it was able to do. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. Yeah, their faces look exactly the same. Yeah, that's interesting. But it works.
Doing cartoony, stylized characters is difficult. Like looking at anyone that does caricatures, you see those boardwalk caricature artists, and like sometimes they're amazing, but sometimes they just like warp everyone's faces the same. And
that's interesting. I don't know, man. Like I wonder at which point do we cross that delta where it works well enough, and that's the way that I think about it. Like, does it work well enough? Is it perfect? No. But is it good enough? Yeah. And that's where
I 100% believe we'll get there, in terms of, can something that is real, can a photograph of you be turned into a 3D model? We're definitely going to get there.
We're there.
But when you look at caricature, when you look at cartoon, we've got who were we talking about before that you have the painting of? He's local. Justin
Hillgrove. Yeah.
You look at people like Justin Hillgrove, or you look at comic artists who I love, like Scotty Young, and you look at the people who they're clearly inspired by, the Calvin and Hobbes artist, Waterston. Can't remember his first name, but like Bill. And every one of those guys does a different look to the way they stylize the thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I 100% think we're going to get there in terms of like photos to models, but like that style is that's who you're interested in. I mean, I think some people aren't. Some people just want a bobblehead of themselves. But I think when we look at Wesker's stuff, when you've got a lineup of them, that's the appeal, right? Is that they really look like they belong together. They really look like he's applied his rules of creation to it.
Yeah.
And
that's in many ways that's why I like what Play Action Toys does. I like his style.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
it's a certain style, which totally makes sense.
Yeah, I just like, I don't know. I'm gonna stay pretty critical of the AI generation tools, but
as well you should.
But I think in terms of like when it's like, here is an image, there's really only one model that you could make from it that is the correct model. I'm like, okay, I guess at that point you're just saving time.
Yeah.
I know 24 guys in India that are going to be real disappointed at how much harder it is for them to have jobs. I worked with a group of guys that one of the most lucrative contracts that we had coming through was the wrestling games.
Wow.
Every year the wrestling games came through and 2K wanted new models of the characters, and I'm like, man, in a world where a computer can just spit that out, like where that entire contract, that entire branch is gonna just like Vaporize.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, Lantern Lore, for subscribing, and thank you for the follow, Hot Tub Johnny of Lantern Lore. I want bobbleheads of certain people that I can just punch as I pass them along. You know, yeah, exactly. You can do bobbleheads now. That's what the new Maker Lab tool will allow you to do, is a bobblehead of anybody, right? Take it, and I'm trying to get. I don't have a good full body picture of my girlfriend. Otherwise, I'd be like doing just that, right? Making maybe not a bobblehead, but like certainly a figurine, because I've done scans of people. I was doing that years ago with like iOS apps, like very, very basic. But like now that you know, you can just take an image, then AI takes that image and then, you know, goes that much further with it, is just incredible. So like there are different styles. You can do bobblehead, you can do chibi, you can do cartoon or emoji. So there are different ways of the styles that you can generate from a 2D image right now. So there's a lot of experimentation going on, but honestly, I think Maker World is making massive headway with this. The models that they're using, and I don't mean like 3D printed models, but the LLMs, if you will, the sources they're using, not all of them are good. And they've got one that is that Hunyan, and I think they ended up following me on X the other day. That's one of the models that works better for the image to 3D model when you have that. But I had it on their service briefly, and then they fell back to Hitum, and then Tripo AI, which is a little bit disappointing.
Hunyan is one that is within reach of running locally. If you wanted to take your own branch of Hunyan and run it and train it and run it locally, that is a thing that's possible. And the work that they're doing is pretty cool, but it doesn't do the part of the job that is the text to image, the idea to image. It's really advanced the image to 3D stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's still what's happening with all this is just so beyond impressive to me.
It really is. It's exciting in ways. I just look at this and I repeatedly see companies that I just question why they're doing it, because it's like Bamboo just showed off. I don't know if you guys talked about it yet, but that 7 color that head switcher, and it eliminates all the poop from multicolor printing. And I'm just like, I look at that and I'm like, that's enough. Like, they as a company, their hardware, that is a compelling argument. If they deliver something that works clean, that isn't gonna like make a mess, that doesn't require a bunch of hand holding like the old stuff we were using 5 or 6 years ago, if it just works, that's an amazing advancement for the industry. But then this other side of their company is just like diving towards the bottom. They are part of that race towards the bottom when it comes to creators and making models. But
is it a race to the bottom? I mean, I understand what you mean by that, or is it more a democratization of what's happening? Like, we're talking about a disintermediation. Like, when I first started 3D printing a couple of years ago, it wasn't that long ago. I'm not like eons ago. Like, I could print what was made, and that was it. And I was excited when a new model came out. And it wasn't happening often enough. And I'm like, okay, there's nothing. Okay, I'm printing the same things over and over again. I really don't want to print something I don't want. Nowadays, it just seems like the things that I'm looking for are happening with far more frequency, higher quality. And now, again, being able to generate my own is a disintermediary. And so I don't necessarily see that as a race to the bottom so much as I think it's a democratization, or the idea that you don't necessarily, to the point where, side quest, my daughter asked me if I still had the Gemini installed last night. She ended up vibe coding a little mathematics video game to help her with multiplication on her own volition.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what Gemini is. She doesn't know what AI is. She doesn't know what software is. She just knew she could talk to the computer, and the computer did what she wanted it to do. And I think that's it's instead of the old school way of doing it, where, okay, she's got an idea for a game. Well, she's got to find a developer. She's got to pay for the developer. Right. She's got to, bug fix. She's got to do all those things. Now that the idea of needing that requirement is, it's a democratization. So it's not the technology that's the hurdle. The biggest hurdle you have then at that point is your imagination.
And there's a thing I pointed out. I touched on when I was on before, but like, the idea that you would take something like this because it's something that you desire that exists in the world. You want this model, you want this thing, and you want to have it to interact with. Like, that is amazing for that.
Yeah.
But in the current state, if you make something in AI, it's actually not copyrightable. That's where the current courts stand. So
sure.
So this gets back. It's kind of a numbers game. I can understand why some people might think it's semantic, but that's part of why I'm pointing out, like, literally you put yourself in a position where these things that we're making with AI can't be sold.
But I don't care to sell this, or like I'm generating a figure of my daughter right now, a figurine of my daughter. I don't want to sell it. I want to be able to hand it to her and, like, dude, check this out. You're a figurine, a cartoon figurine.
Yeah.
That no one, had. She got a figure. I mean, like, we were joking like months ago, right? Like, generate your own action figure, and I was like, let me do a Muppet action figure, right?
But the thing is, like, again, just think about this mathematically the same way that happens when you've got a report card and you got a 0 on one test and everything else on the other. You've got a bunch of stuff on a marketplace that's being sold, and some of it's given away free, some being sold. Stuff being put up that is by nature uncopyrightable, by nature unsellable. By definition, that is a race to the bottom. By definition, that drives the market to zero. And democratizing markets is a fact of tons of history of lots of different markets. But when people turn this stuff around, that it's like, oh, this was amazing for me. This is something I wanted to exist in the world because no one else was making it.
Right.
And then going and, like, putting it up on markets. It's like that. I mean, I don't think we've seen the end of it. I don't think we've seen the repercussions of it yet, but it's a troubling aspect.
I think it's interesting as a collector, right? The person who buys a lot of this stuff. I go to Ross all the time, and luckily I went there today and they had one of the figures that I wanted. I'm not going to buy this for $25. No way. Is it worth $25? Well, maybe. Yeah. I'm like, it's not worth $25 to me. Not at all. Even if I was, like, full on with the Black Series, but for $7.99, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm snapping that thing up. That's the character I want. Not just that's what I want. To the point where yesterday they had, and if with Star Wars, there's the vintage collection, or the more 4-inch figures in the Black Series, which are a 6-inch scale, so a little taller. They had a vintage collection clone, and normally I'm a vintage collection collector, but they had it, even though the normal price was $17.99, they marked it down to $10.99. I'm like, but recently you were selling these for $4.99. So where does the extra $6 of value come in for me? And I'm just like, I'm not there. And so I put that figure back. I put it back, even on sale. And so these toy companies, and I love them, I do, genuinely, I think they're outpricing themselves. I've talked to collectors the world over who say, I can't do it anymore. Like, it's just too much. And I mean, I as a collector, it's frustrating. And I mean, I wait for Black Friday and Cyber Monday because there are some pretty good, if you're watching, pretty good deals. Not necessarily everything's being a good deal, but, like, you at least have an opportunity to pick up things that, you know, might be a semi decent price. But even some of those things that came down in price, I looked, I'm like, yeah, it's not on sale enough. It's not enough. So the market itself is almost the opposite of a race to the bottom. It's pricing me out.
Right.
I'm getting priced out as a collector.
Yeah,
so
and like, you're right. And I know that's a little bit of a conflict that I'm describing, but it's like I am happy to see anything put pressure on the corporations that are applying like a massive nostalgia tax to the things we love.
Right.
Like, yeah. That's what they're doing. They're just saying you love it enough that you're going to drop $30 or $40 for this collectible that took us $250 to manufacture.
Right.
And it's like,
yeah, and it's like Hallmark. Some of the Hallmark ornaments that I would normally buy this year, I would have bought, but the prices, like, I mean, the prices like doubled or tripled in some cases, and I was like, it's not worth it. It's not.
Go, Matt. Go.
I bought some of the things.
Off.
I bought some of the things that I wanted. I bought the little Hallmark tree with the Death Star ornament, or the Death Star tree topper. I did not, or the Darth Vader tree topper. I did not buy anything else. I didn't buy the ornaments because the ornaments, which were they were printed in the catalog, and the catalog said that they were going to be like, you know, $6.99. They came out to be $15.99 per ornament. I was like, it's not worth it. Like, I mean, it's just not. And I'm the same way you are, Chris. Like, at this point, it has to be worth my while to buy it. Yeah. And at that price point, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to put it on my shelf. It's not worth it to do it. So we were the cooler at the R2D2 cooler at Home Goods.
Home Goods,
I mean,
$70.
$70.
That's right, $80. $80.
Yeah. It's like does
it at least talk to you for $80?
No.
No,
it doesn't bleep and beep at you.
You know, I wanted to get it and put my Star Wars Cokes in it. Like,
it'd be great, but
it's not worth it though. It's the price of it is not. I almost put back the towels too because I was like,
those towels went up. I was like,
but I needed some towels for the bathroom, so I was like, I only have
Star
one
Wars
left.
towels. Sorry,
they're Star Wars Christmas towels.
Quality one.
But they were $14.99. I feel like that was crazy. A $9.99 price tag would have been much better for it versus that.
It's crazy. So, I mean, I've had things in hand that normally I'm like, not a problem, but I'm like, I'm gonna gamble. I'm like, do I need it? No, I don't need it. Or I'm gonna gamble like maybe it'll go on sale. And it's unfortunate. As someone who just loves, like, dude, I love collecting. I love Star Wars. It's painful. It's painful when I have to say this is the thing that I really want, but it's suddenly not worth the price. Yeah. And so these companies that are doing great, like in terms of like the quality and the packaging and everything, no qualms whatsoever about this figure itself. But for a normal price, I can't justify it. Give me a price where I just can't pass. I can't afford to pass it up. And I haven't seen a lot of that. This year it's been tougher than most. Luckily, there's not a lot of Star Wars stuff out there to begin with.
Otherwise, it's the one I wanted.
What's that?
I was gonna bring it up anyway, but like another thing that has the nostalgia tax is the Lego Star Wars stuff.
Oh, big time!
Because you're like a Lego City set, same number of pieces, same size boxes is half the price of a Lego Star Wars set.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that Lego gingerbread at went up for sale, and that was for sale for like a couple hours, and it was gone. I went to the Lego site and I'm like, I'll order one.
I got one.
I went to order one, and it's like it'll be here in 60 days.
I had to.
You mean January?
Yeah. I had to. That little Lego gingerbread Darth Vader. I'm in.
He's so good.
That's
even
one
just
of my
just
next
for the
assemblies. I got to put that together. Matt, they may have. They only had one at Fred Meyer when I didn't even know they were making them this year. Gingerbread Millennium Falcons. So Fred Meyer may get more in stock, but I was walking by. I'm like, oh my god, they got the Gingerbread Millennium Falcon. So I grabbed it.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and check.
So yeah, Fred Meyer may have those.
Hit the usual.
Yeah.
Hit the usual places where the nerds don't like hunt. Hit Target and
Fred Meyer. Target's been, like I said, for Star Wars. I mean, my eyes on Star Wars. And Ross, I will often flip past, my fandoms and go, oh yeah, this is really that's a cool one, that's a neat one. He-Man or G.I. Joe, like the nostalgia things for me, or something that looks kind of interesting. Simpsons, I picked up a few of the Simpsons smaller scale stuff. Sometimes you just find something that's a deal. It's just like, okay, this is too good. This is good.
Oh, okay. It's not a Lego gingerbread Millennium Falcon. It's a gingerbread
Millennium Falcon. Yeah, if Fred Meyer has it. Millennium. Oops.
No, Millennium it's pretty funny.
Yeah, Kroger stores.
Oh, I wonder if QFC would have it then.
Walmart. No, I didn't see it at QFC.
They just don't carry enough of that. They don't have a section for that stuff.
It's not big enough. Fred Meyer. That's the Kroger brand. One of the Kroger brands out here in the greater Seattle area.
Yep,
Fred Meyer.
I saw it put together. It looks awesome.
The Falcon it's just one cookie, and then it could slide off. The thing is, you got to wait for the base to dry overnight, otherwise it will slide off. No, I've learned. This is not my first Lego Millennium Falcon.
Are you going to, for the gingerbread, holiday are you going to try and save it, and are you going to eat it?
Oh, the gingerbread? No, I'll eat it. That's easy. But there's the link to the gingerbread kit. See if you have it. Pickup available, but I don't know if you can see it. You have to be at your local store.
Yeah, I'll check it out and see.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. It's got 1-star rating on Fred Meyer.
What?
I'm like, why did somebody rate it 1 star? I think it's for the thing that you were talking about.
Yeah, it
fell apart on him.
Yeah. It does. Admittedly, it will fall apart if you don't. The base is only solid if you let the base dry overnight, and then QFC may have it listed though, Matt. You may look. You can do an inventory search. Fred Meyer and it looks like. Hang on, Fred Meyer in Bellevue currently has them in stock. It says pickup available. So.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
There's an option. I'm letting you know.
Yeah,
throwing it out there. It. And of course, when those go on sale, I'll snap them up too. Because what are we gonna do? Someone says this is a Millennium Falcon. Of course. What the hell is an aluminum Falcon?
It's a mixture of Star Wars and diabetes.
That's my life. Pardon me. Dying here. My girlfriend's coming back soon.
Yeah, I gotta wrap up here too.
So we can raid. You know someone to raid. Zach is streaming Star Wars Destiny 2. Zach from Rutledge.
Oh yeah.
He's a fellow maker. Well, with Lego. I don't know if he's gotten into 3D printing yet. Zach. Can I do this? Zach. I have to do this on the dashboard, don't I? Which is kind of funky with its with its rules. Oh wait, hang on. I can knock. No wait, that's not what I'm looking for. That's collaboration. I don't want to knock.
Well, before we fully sign out, just thanks for any of the guys that are creators that stopped by.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's very appreciated in hanging. Of course, MakerDeck is going... Oh, wait, hang on. Did I not type that in right? MakerDeck's going 24/7, naturally. Streaming into that. It's easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Keep the film flowing.
Yeah, I keep it going. I got it. This is going to be an overnight print for me right here, for sure. We'll be back every Tuesday, geeking out and in between. Keep an eye for clips on Facebook and TikTok and X and Instagram of these shows and whatnot. Man, sorry. Maybe I got filament stuck in my throat. Maybe that's the freaking problem. Hope hope to see everybody next time, everywhere and in between. It's very appreciated.
Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Now, okay, so that's Zach. Huzzah. Well, for those who are paying attention to what happens with raids. Not everybody pays attention to what happens with raids because, they're not all on